In the top yard, a vehicle that is only just here with us. It's a Benford Dumper, 30 years old, and not an obvious choice for a restoration, but an old one looking good would be a rare sight.
Well, the thing is, to make this old girl look nice, you basically sandblast it, prime it and paint it, don't you? It's a doddle, isn't it? There's a seat, look. There you go. Someone's chucked an old steering wheel on. A little bit of play on the steering, there always is, look. Got a hand pull tip, as you can see. The soft boys, you know, the London lads, they have hydraulic tip. We have a proper man's tip.
It's not clear if this thing is that safe or not at the moment, but in times gone by, that didn't seem to be quite as high on the agenda.
As badly cracked as you might think that is, the dumper man would no more dream of replacing that tyre than he would trying to fly at the moon.
It's a world we know little about, but we feel the need to visit it and feel the love ourselves. This one is literally being dumped at the Motorist near York. Charlie Gabb will be overseeing the project as usual, assisted by new recruit Amanda Duggan.
I just have an interest in weird things.
She seems quite drawn to it.
It's got feelings, it's got character. We'll try and straighten a few bits out, weld a few bits in, get it up and running, and then, hey presto, little working dumper.
First job? A shopping list.
We need a seat, don't we?
We do, yeah.
A proper dumper steering wheel.
Yeah.
Tyres a bit perished on the back. Big roll of MIG wire to weld it up. Lister, Petter. Could have done thousands of hours of work. I just noticed. Looks like a mass of rot down there on the chassis.
And with that short sentence, we start to think the dumper might not have been a very clever choice.
It's completely bollocks. So that's holding the gearbox in and other half of the engine. It all wants cutting out and some sections made to weld in.
But it's not all bad news. Its beating heart successfully jump-started. And incredibly, our dumper is still able to carry out its primary function without snapping in half. In Sherburn in Elmet, it's a big day for our dilapidated dumper.
The whole thing's got layers and layers of paint on it and layers of rust. So we're going to sandblast the whole thing and then see what we're left with. See whether it goes in the bin or what. Pull this out best we can.
The Lister Petter engine, with all of its 10 horsepowers,
That way, you.
is guided away to be dealt with later. The remaining metalwork then heads to the other side of York to meet Mark and Ethan, the sandblasting experts.
Let's have a look at it then.
Put your sunglasses on.
Oh, Christ. At least you took seat off.
He didn't have a seat.
Oh, well. Oh, let's get it out. Let's have a look at it. It's a proper piece of... Yeah.
You seen where engine mounts there?
We're tossing a coin who's doing it. Because I don't want to do it.
But it's Ethan that gets the short straw.
Never sandblast a dumper truck. This is about as bad as they get, I think. It's going to be tough because there's a lot of rubbish on it. I can promise them there's going to be more than half left.
It's a dirty old job. This is garnet sand, fired out at 400 miles an hour. Other abrasives are available for different jobs, including plastic or glass beads, and also steel shot. Breathing equipment is obviously a must. And for a small to medium dumper truck, you should reckon on about 2 hours before this particular nightmare is over.
Ain't that much fun, but then it's amazing how it's coming up. Looking at it, it's coming out all right. Obviously, it's going to need a welder and it's going to need some plates on here and there, but it ain't as bad as we thought. That's the beauty of the job, isn't it, really? It's the satisfaction of making someone's scrap look good, you know what I mean?
Our blasted dumper has returned to the workshop. Engineer Roger Taylor, looking forward to completing another prestige restoration.
I notice this has been confined to the side of the workshop. We're not exactly in the main workshop, are we?
No, they've sat me in a corner like they did at school, and they've got these screens to put around me so they can hide the shame, really, I think.
Quite a lot of it now looks like Swiss cheese and will need replacing with new steel.
That's a template for one of these bits here that's going to go in there to cover all that corrosion.
So basically, Roger, you're spending your time doing a bit of origami.
Yeah, it's origami and paper cutting and using scissors.
Roger takes the bits of perfectly shaped panels and welds them in place. He's got ahead of himself and already done the cross brace for the engine that was in such bad condition. There's some light smoothing before the final stage in the makeover. The next time we see this beauty, it should be a nice shade of yellow. Our 1990s dumper has well and truly had a stay of execution. Having been sprayed tanned a subtle shade of yellow, it was then just a short hop to getting this beast back in the auction.
Last time I fitted a tail like this was on my push bike.
There was new rubber. There were new brakes.
To make them work, we've had to get a new master cylinder for it because it was, well, knackered.
The engine was plumbed in, and engineer Roger, a Triumph TR6 specialist, kindly sourced a shiny new alternative to just sitting on sheet metal. A few days later, we're ready for a start. But there's a slight air of apprehension regarding the hand crank.
The reason why we're pushing it outside is because when it fires, if that handle were to stick in, it's going to spin round like a football rattle. And that handle could go anywhere. And if you are in the way of it, it's quite a lump of metal to hit you. The compressor.
You're a white handle, I'm not white.
I know you're not white. No, funnily enough, nobody wants to white handle on this thing. Right, that's decompressor off. I've got my thumb same size as my fingers, so let's go. Go on, give it a go now, Charlie. Mistakes to be doing. You don't want to be doing that more than once or twice a day.
The Benford Dumper cost us £650 to buy. Parts, including paint, were £2,940 and labour was £3,060, bringing the total to £6,650. We're going to need a full load of luck to make those figures work come auction day. Over in Pickering, the showroom is starting to fill up, ready for the next auction. Putting some of the rest to shame, our Benford Dumper awakes Derek's inspection, but he seems to have got distracted by an ice cream van.
Look at this old girl, eh? Ain't got to be ever so big in there, have you?
You're saying, Derek, it's the wrong time of year for an ice cream, isn't it?
No, never the wrong time for an ice cream. Absolutely not. Massive markup on ice cream. Anyway, here we have. Look at her. Look at that old bus. Brand new tyres, new seat, new steering wheel with a knob. Wow, pushed the boat out here, haven't you?
Have we pushed the boat out too far?
Well, of course you would have done. It goes without saying, doesn't it? But don't she look smart now? What a lovely bit of kit. Beautiful old thing. How can you possibly spend too much money on a dumper? Before you die, you've got to drive a Bentley or a Rolls Royce, and you've got to own a dumper. If I'd got a postcode for somewhere to go and look at a car, could have gone in this today. What do you think?
We think we like it, and we hope that somebody else does. because it owes us over £6,500.
Lot number 212 with the Benford Dumper truck. So where are we going to be on that one anyway? £1,000 on the internet at £1,000. 1,050 at 1,050. £1,100. 1,100 internet bid with you, Will, at 1,100. 1,200 says Mark at £1,200. 1,250. 1,300 he says. Internet bid at 1,350. 1,500. 1,500, that's it. Spending like a sailor. Good man. £1,500. £1,600. This is a perfect Christmas present for the missus. She doesn't know she wants one, but she will when she sees it. At 1,700, new bid. 1,800. Well done, thanks guys. 1,900 in the room. £2,000. At £2,000. 21. 2,002. 2,250. At 2,250. Fair warning at 2,250. Sold, internet bid, 2,250. Thanks, guys.
Could have been worse. Could it?
We are more than disappointed with the £4,500 loss. But Paul tries to make us feel slightly better.
I think that's a fantastic price. I hope that goes into like the show movement rather than a building site. After the refurbishment and things, that really wants to be on display, doesn't it, really?